flags in Quincy, Illinois. Blowing in the breeze. Pretty stiff breeze today. I had a nice night in Quincy, Illinois. Had dinner at the On the Rails restaurant and pub, which was great. And now I'm heading out of town. And when I was in Warsaw yesterday, Philip from the Piney Pub gave me a free drink token, which I forgot to give somebody. So I'm now at 5th and York, next to the Alibi Bar in Quincy. And that free drink token I'm putting on the electrical box. So my first viewer that wants that drink, come grab it and go use it at Piney's Pub and Grub in Warsaw and tell them that Bruce Bikes America sent you. Here to Missouri, I'm standing on the Interstate 72 bridge. This is Mississippi. I'm in Hannibal, Missouri, which is the home of Mark Twain in his boyhood. A little square, or a little street with his home. Becky Thatcher's house. Caught up with. I found the Viking, Mississippi. I showed it to you 4 days ago when I was in Burlington. I'm very surprised I caught up with it. And there's the Mark Twain. Kind of gets dwarfed by it. This is the inaugural cruise of the Viking, Mississippi. Correction. I guess the Viking, Mississippi has gone all the way down to St. Louis, picked up new passengers, and it's heading back north. It's a little too good to be true for me to catch up with it after 4 days from Burlington. I knew it had to be going faster than that. Great to see the boat. My question is there any food left in town? I was half joking about the town being out of food, but the very first restaurant I come to sold out. So maybe it will be a problem. I don't think they're used to huge cruise ships coming through. There is Lady Liberty in Alaska, Missouri, and a whole bunch of immigrant flags. It basically was a community of 3,000 people in the early 50s. And Alaska stood for all the materials that came out of here, which was limestone, aluminum, silica, calcium, and oxygen. There's a big plant that closed down. There's Al's Tavern, but it looks like it's closed. Now, Illinois has been pretty flat for the last few days. Now that I've crossed the bridge, Missouri is not so much. This road has been kind of up and down. Fairly long hills both ways. I had a climb that was probably 3.5 miles long, maybe 2% grade, so it wasn't real steep, a little steeper than the Great Allegheny Passage, and then a huge downhill, and then another long climb, and downhill, and long climb, and up the top there's a pretty impressive view of Mississippi River Valley. Well, my brakes started dragging and making a whole bunch of scraping noise about 4 or 5 miles back, so they were definitely catching. I had to actually walk up one of the hills, and I was going a whole lot slower when I was going downhill. A little roadside repair adjustment. That's hopefully I've got it. It's a lot better. I think there's a slight drag in it, but it's very little, and it's not making the noise that it was. So hopefully that'll do it, and maybe I can do better when I'm in camp or at a shop. There's the Mississippi River Valley, up quite a ways. You gotta go down, then up, and then back down, I'm told. Like another night of setting up my tent in the dusk. Directions said 1 mile off route to Ashburn and then 2/10 to the park, which was accurate. But then it says it's 2 miles down this gravel road to the campsite. So I was running pretty late as it was. The hills were a little more than I expected. I didn't expect those today, but they're good exercise. What the heck? I guess if I get back there, I'll be the only one there because the car's certainly not getting back. Well, I made it to the Dupont, Mississippi Public Fishing Access at the Ted Shank Camp area. Well, I made it to my campsite. Pretty remote, right on the Mississippi River. There's a tugboat in the nighttime pushing 15 barges. Listen to that droning of the engines. Just keeps going, slow but sure. This is my campsite about 30 miles downstream from Hannibal, Missouri. Good morning from the Mississippi River. I had lunch in Hannibal yesterday about 2:30, and there hasn't been anything since to get any food. So my breakfast consists of the same thing as dinner last night, which is a couple of bars, breakfast bars, chocolate breakfast bars. But it's a beautiful day, and the river looks great. Cycled about 4 hours from Hannibal yesterday and used up all my water, and there was no place to fill unless I went and knocked on somebody's door, which I will if I have to. But I did have emergency water I've carried and never used, about 16 ounces, and I drank half of that this morning. And it looks like I have about 20 miles of hilly terrain before anything today, so I'm gonna use my filter. I used it once in the Potomac River, but here I'm gonna filter some Mississippi River water. It'll be my emergency backup in case I can't find any water, but it'll probably take me 3.5 hours or so to go that 20 miles because it is pretty hilly, so I need to make sure I have some water. Use this, it's got a little filter on it. Stick that hose in the water and sit and squeeze. I got 3 containers of water from the Mississippi River. Here's the pump. Here's where you stick in the water, and then you squeeze that over and over. And there's the finished product. I will say it's not the clearest thing I've ever drank, but I think it'll work out. Tastes fine, doesn't have any taste to it, so that's good. So we're back to the log I had to climb over last night. This gentleman was gonna walk back and tell people that we're stuck, but I'll climb over it. And you're out doing what? Hunting squirrels, or?
Yeah, just looking for deer season and squirrel hunting and enjoying a beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous weather this year. We're lucky to have this beautiful weather, so we're all enjoying beautiful weather and whatever God presents to us, you know?
Well, thank you.
We'll take it with a grain of salt. We'll say thank you for the wood. But,
somebody's gonna have some good firewood, huh?
It's gonna be very enjoyable, yes sir.
Over the log last night coming in right about dusk, and had to get over it to get back out. Onward. So I found a closed government building, and they didn't have any water here. I couldn't find anybody. And this gentleman came and gave me some Gatorade and a bottle of water. So I'm set to go to Louisiana, Missouri. I'm back to the main road, and that campsite ended up being 4.42 miles out of the way times 2. So that was 8.8 miles. That's a pretty big chunk when you're only doing 45 miles a day. I probably should have tried to find something different, but that was kind of the only option. I've been in Texas, Ohio, and Florida, Ohio, and now I'm in Louisiana, Missouri, and probably some I forgot. And this looks like my kind of place. More scenery on the Mississippi River. We have a channel marker there. I'm here at Lock and Dam number 24 on the Mississippi River in Clarksville, Missouri. And there are dams between the St. Paul area all the way down to St. Louis. So we're almost to the end of them. The last one was Lock 27, but this is Lock 24. So I made it to Winnfield, Missouri last night, and Sarah picked me up, my sister-in-law, and she's going to ride with me today. And Monica flew up this morning, and she dropped us off, and she's going to ride tomorrow. And now we're heading south towards St. Louis. Sarah and I just had a great lunch at Harry J's Steakhouse in Moscow Mills, Missouri, which isn't far from where Sarah lives. And even though I live in Florida a long way away, I have been here twice, and she has never been here. because her husband Jerry took us pheasant hunting and clay shooting at Christmas time. So now Sarah has seen his haunt, his secret haunt.
Heading across the state of Missouri.
And here is Jerry and Monica loading the bikes. They're our pursuit vehicle that are taking us home to a real bed with a shower and internet and electric and food and drink.
And a beer.
Yes. And I could just video Jerry trying to put this up by himself, or I'll maybe go help him.
Say hi.
Welcome to Melle, Missouri. How is the tenderloin?
The pork tenderloin is very good. It's not breaded or deep fried. It's grilled. It's very good.
Does it have onions?
We put onions on the side. Yes. Do you want raw?
We are at Liz's Bar and Grill. Sarah, Jerry, Monica, and Bruce. And it's a smoking establishment, and it's awesome.